everyone, back tonight with chapter 2 of 2 Samuel, and this is what it says. It says this: David anointed king of Judah, which would have been southern Israel today. After this, David inquired of the Lord, "Shall I go up into any of the cities of Judah?" And the Lord said to him, "Go up, David." David said, "To which shall I go up?" And he said, "To Hebron," which is over in the West Bank. So David went up there, and his two wives also, Ahinoam of Jezreel, and Abigail the widow of Nabal of Carmel. And David brought up his men who were with him, everyone with his household, and they lived in the towns of Hebron. And the men of Judah came, and there they anointed David king over the house of Judah. When they told David it was the men of Jabesh-Gilead who buried Saul, David sent messengers to the men of Jabesh-Gilead and said to them, "May you be blessed by the Lord, because you showed disloyalty to Saul your Lord and buried him. Now may the Lord show steadfast love and faithfulness to you, and I will do good to you because ye have done this thing. Now therefore let your hands be strong and be valiant, for Saul your Lord is dead, and the house of Judah has anointed me king over them." Ish-bosheth made king of Israel. Israel was, of course, the northern kingdom. You had the southern kingdom, which was Judah, and the northern kingdom, which was, of course, Israel. But Abner, the son of Ner, commander of Saul's army, took Ish-bosheth the son of Saul and brought him over to Mahanaim, and he made him king over Gilead and the Asherites and Jezreel and Ephraim and Benjamin and all Israel. Ish-bosheth, Saul's son, was 40 years old when he began to reign over Israel, and he reigned 2 years, but the house of Judah followed David. And the time that David was king of Hebron over the house of Judah was 7 years and 6 months. The battle of Gibeon. Abner the son of Ner, the servants of Ish-bosheth the son of Saul, went out from Mahanaim to Gibeon. And Joab the son of Zerah and the servants of David went out and met them at the pool of Gibeon. And they sat down, the one on the one side of the pool and the other on the other side of the pool. And Abner said to Joab, "Let the young men arise and compete before us." And Joab said, Let them arise." Then they arose and passed over by number, 12 for Benjamin and Ish-bosheth the son of Saul, and 12 of the servants of David. And each caught his opponent by the head and thrust his sword in his opponent's side, so they fell down together. Therefore that place was called Helkath-Hazurim, which is at Gibeon. And the battle was very fierce that day, and Abner and the men of Israel were beaten before the servants of David. And the 3 sons of Zerah were there, Joab, Abishai, and Asahel. Now Asahel was as swift of foot as a wild gazelle, meaning he was a very fast guy. And Asahel pursued Abner as he went. He turned neither to the right hand nor to the left from following Abner. Then Abner looked behind him and said, "Is it you, Asahel?" And he answered, "It is I." Abner said to him, "Turn aside to your right hand or to your left and seize one of the young men and take his spoil." But Asahel would not turn aside from following him. And Abner said again, and Abner said again to Asahel, "Turn aside from following me. Why should I strike you to the ground? How then can I lift up my face to your brother Joab?" But he refused to turn aside. Therefore Abner struck him in the stomach with the butt of the spear, so that the spear came out at his back. And he fell there and died where he was. And all who came to the place where Asahel had fallen and died stood still. But Joab and Abishai pursued Abner, and as the sun was going down, they came to the hill of Ammah, which lies before Giah, on the way to the wilderness of Gibeon. And the people of Benjamin gathered themselves together behind Abner, and became one group, and took their stand on the top of the hill. And then Abner called to Joab, "Shall the sword devour forever? Do you not know that the end will be bitter? How long will it be before you tell your people to turn from the pursuit of your brothers, or of their brothers?" And Joab said, as God lives, if you had not spoken, surely the men would not have given up the pursuit of their brothers until this morning." So Joab blew the trumpet, and all the men stopped and pursued Israel no more, nor did they fight any more. And Abner and his men went all that night through the Arabah. They crossed the Jordan, and marching the whole morning they came to Mahanaim. Joab returned from the pursuit of Abner, And when he had gathered all the people together, there were missing from David's servants 19 men besides Asahel. But the servants of David had struck down of Benjamin 360 of Abner's men. And they took up Asahel and buried him in the tomb of his father, which was at Bethlehem. And Joab and his men marched all night, and the day broke upon them at Hebron. So chapter 2 is basically about David anointing king of Judah, which is the southern kingdom of Israel. Then Ish-bosheth made king of Israel, which is the northern kingdom. And then you know, they went to war at the battle of Gibeon. So Judah and Israel, they did fight sometimes against each other. But to see who would take over the entire kingdom. But they have a map here. Let's see real quick. It says David struggled for power in 1010 BC. Immediately after Saul's death, the struggle for power ensued between David and Ish-bosheth or Ishbaal, meaning there was a continued conflict between Israel and Judah. They were continually at war. Saul's youngest and only surviving son, David ruled over his native tribe of Judah from Hebron, which is in the West Bank, while Ish-bosheth ruled over the rest of Israel from Mahanaim across the Jordan River, which is over in Jordan today, and they fought against each other for 7 years. David's power continued to grow because God was with David, that's why. And eventually Ish-bosheth and his commander Abner were assassinated because they were not of God, they were of evil, leaving David as the sole ruler of all Israel. Meaning God anointed or chose David to be the king over Israel. He didn't choose nobody else but him. And whenever Israel and Judah was at war with each other, God chose to protect Judah because God had chosen David to be the king or the ruler over Israel. So God fought for Judah, fought against Israel, so that Judah or David pretty much could take over all of Israel, because God had chosen David to be the ruler over all of Israel. But anyway, here they got a map here. Of course, you have Syria to the north, Ammon and Moab, which is Jordan today, Philistia, which is Gaza, and Ish-bosheth, which is Israel, and then David, which is Judah. So here's the capital cities of Judah or David was Hebron, which is in the West Bank. The capital city of Israel or Ish-bosheth was Mahanaim, which is over in Jordan today. But here's the map. Now the green represents, that's what Israel looked like under Ish-bosheth. If you see all that green up there. And then the brown represented David's kingdom. So you have Israel or Ish-bosheth in the green, and then you have Judah or David's kingdom in the brown right there. And of course David or Judah defeated Israel or Ish-bosheth and took over all that land, which became the land that David would of course rule over, which will become Israel. So that's chapter 2, and I'll be right back with chapter 3 here in a few.